What's up, y'all? I'm coming at you. What fucking time? It's Monday morning for me, but it's mentally still Sunday night, the day after fucking UFC 309. I didn't want to make a prediction video for this fucking card because I was so fucking apathetic about this card. Every time I sat down to record about it, I just I couldn't fucking bring myself to talk about it and hype it up and be like, wow, main card Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. I like Paul Craig. I'm not shitting on Paul Craig. And Mauricio Ruffy versus James LL Lion Top, whatever the fuck his name is. He's got Goku on his fucking neck. But I don't even think that was the fight. I think that was short term. And then over the weekend, we also had Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. So instead of doing a UFC 309 reaction, I'm just gonna talk about what this fucking weekend of combat sports was, as my beautiful wife is getting ready for bed behind me. Fucking. Oh, fuck, where do I start? Fuck the fucking Jake Paul fight. I don't know if you guys can hear me burying my face into my hands. This fight got promoted so fucking hard. Netflix picked it up. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, a 27-year-old. Fucking, as a matter of fact, let's look this up just to make sure he's 27. Jake Paul, 27 years old. This fucking cocksucker went in there, boxed a 58-year-old man that was a month removed from a near-death experience, and then to Mike's credit, he went 8 rounds with him. Talked all his shit, and I get it's promotional, I get it's all just so he's getting views and all that fucking bullshit, and I get Mike Tyson's just trying to get paid. I understand it. I'm just saying that this shouldn't have fucking happened. And I don't care that the gloves were 14 ounces. This is a 58-year-old man. He don't need to be in a ring for 8 rounds. Getting fucking wailed on by a 27-year-old. Yes, I'm aware Mike Tyson had a fight 4 years ago against Roy Jones Jr., I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was an exhibition boxing match, which oddly enough makes Mike Tyson about as active as Stipe Miocic. But that's unrelated. I'm just saying, this was the fight weekend of watching old men get beat up by not so old people. And while John Jones wants to pull the old man card against Tom Aspinall, this whole fucking weekend of combat sports was so fucking shit, and just made me so fucking apathetic. I did not want to make a prediction about this. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to hype it up, but I'm talking about it now because it's fucking relevant. I want to say, fuck the card. Fuck both of them. I didn't watch the whole card. I worked during the fucking Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Jake Paul? Okay, yeah, it is Jake Paul. I thought I just said Jake Tyson and fucking Mike Paul. I don't know why. I'm rambling. I'm gonna start with that fight. I didn't watch the card. I heard the women's fight co-maining was cool and whatever. I didn't want to watch it. I don't care. I've been saying in my personal life to my editor, to my friends, to my fiance, who we've been discussing and somewhat debating the whole Jake Paul and Mike Tyson thing. I'm not getting into that on the video, but I've been saying that Mike Tyson's either going to knock him out in round 2 or it's gonna go to decision for Jake Paul. I've been explaining this to people where he's a 58-year-old man, and I'm not saying that he can't knock out Jake Paul. I'm saying that he doesn't have the cardio to go the full 8 rounds. And on the day of the fight at work, one of my coworkers asked me what I thought about the fight, and then I started talking to him about it, and then I went, well, maybe or not maybe. I said, well, actually, now I think about it, depending on the gloves that Mike Tyson's using, because I remember the Roy Jones Jr. fight, I think that they used 16-ounce gloves, if I'm not mistaken. 16-ounce gloves. That that he wouldn't get the knockout on Jake Paul. And then we looked it up right there at like our meeting at work, and like 14-ounce gloves. I saw that and I was like, yeah, Tyson's not getting that knockout. Tyson ain't getting that knockout. So then fast forward to the fight. The card's happening. I'm at work. I don't care. I get off work. I come home. I say hello to my fiance as I do, spend some time with her, and then we look up the results of the fight. I read the play by play, and I'm like, wow, this really happened exactly how I thought it would happen. Mike Tyson looks good for 2 rounds, and then 58-year-old man cardio happens, and it goes to shit. And then Jake Paul just point boxes and dashes around the cage, or the octagon, or not octagon, fucking ring for 6 rounds. It's stupid. This shouldn't have happened. Everyone that hyped this card up, I just, why? Why? I'm glad Mike Tyson got paid. I'm not complaining about seeing Mike Tyson. I'm not complaining about him getting money. I'm not even complaining about the assless chap thing. I think that was probably the highlight of the fight week for my girlfriend, was seeing Mike Tyson's ass. Was it, babe?
10 out of 10.
She said 10 out of 10. So you got an official like Filipino review on your butt. There you go, Mike Tyson. Your ass is 10 out of 10. I digress. I'm not even complaining about that. What I'm complaining about is, why are we paying a 58-year-old man to get jabbed and fucking beat on for 8 rounds when we could just do anything else? Why couldn't Jake Paul just like pay Mike Tyson to quote unquote teach him how to box or whatever? Like, just be associated with him, give him a steady paycheck. Why are we putting him in a situation where he's getting beat on by a 27-year-old? This was fucking stupid. This was fucking stupid, and I hope we don't see it again. And I don't want to see it with Logan Paul. I know Mike Tyson called out Logan Paul, but just stop. Please, I don't want to see it, Mike. I love you, dude. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I understand that you've knocked out like 26 people in like a year and a half. I respect it. I'm not saying that you don't have the capability of winning. Understand that even when I was telling people you were going to lose, that I said Mike Tyson is either going to win by round 2 or not at all. Like, I gave you the potential. I can't count you fully out because you got the fucking one punch power. Like, I understand it. I'm not arguing that. But what I'm saying is when you're wearing 14-ounce gloves, you're not going to knock someone out. It's like, you're more than likely not going to knock someone out. I respect it. I understand it. You're just going to get jabbed on for however many rounds. Please don't do it again. It was a whole nothing burger. I'm glad I didn't watch it. What I did watch was the clip of him getting dropped by Jake Paul. And you know, I'm not a boxer. I do Muay Thai, but I think I could outbox Jake Paul, and I want to run his shit after that. I hope if Sean Strickland sees you out and about, because that's more likely. I hope Sean Strickland runs your shit, just fucking running spring fucking teeps at you. Fuck you, Jake Paul. You fucking rat. Absolute fucking chronic illness that is a Disney kid. We live in a day, babe. We live in a day and age where a fucking Disney kid has a win over Mike Tyson. I want to fucking die.
He's calling out Alex Pereira too.
Yeah, Alex Pereira would knock his shit out. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that because that was the only fight I quote unquote cared about. I didn't watch the pay-per-view. I don't know who fought. It does not matter to me. What does matter to me is this. I didn't watch the prelims. I heard the prelims were really good. I'll probably go back to watch Martin Tybura and Jim Miller. I like Jim Miller. I didn't like when Bobby Green disrespected Jim Miller. Fuck him for that. I'm glad fucking Patty snapped your fucking arm. That might be a bit excessive. It was just mean what you did to Jim. You ain't gotta do all that, Bobby. You're supposed to lead by example. You have the name Bobby. You're supposed to act closer to Bobby Hill than you are to, like, or Cock. Don't be mean to fucking Jim Miller. He's a borderline a national treasure. Anyways, Mauricio Rufy and James, and I'm just gonna call him fucking Goku. I don't know how to pronounce his name. His nickname was fucking Goku. Is this his fucking name on here? Of course, I gotta fucking. I wanna fucking. Yeah, it's just Goku. This dude's a fucking weeb. And if I'm not mistaken, he missed weight for a catch weight bout. But I understand he was like a short notice opponent, so I'm not giving him too much flack for that. Good fight, the only good fight on the main card. We'll get into that. I didn't watch this when I did zone in for this. I want to say fucking Karine Silva was on her back like most of the round, and the commentators were commentating on how much this fight was sucking. I was doing my fiance's fetch rewards during this fight and used this as my bathroom and snack break. That's yeah, that's about how I feel about this. I don't give a fuck. I didn't have a prediction for this. Like, you get the thumbs up, I guess. Women's MMA, woo, not all of it's bad, but a lot of it is. Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. They started chanting overrated in the middle of this fight. I've had a full 24 hours to sit and think about this fight. I got to watch a black belt jiu-jitsu artist and a fucking collegiate wrestler strike, and it was shit. It was the most lackluster striking I've ever seen, and I mostly blame Bo for this. And then towards the end, after such a piss poor performance from fucking Bo, he started taunting Paul Craig. And then when, and then when the bell rang, he fucking walked up, patted up with Paul Craig, and then walked away from him. And while Paul Craig's back was turned, hit the golf fucking tut emote like he was a Fortnite character. I don't like Bo Nickel. You're a rat. I was kind of coming around to you last time around. Like, Cody Brundage, I get we meme on you for that because you shouldn't have, like, struggled as much as you did being a collegiate wrestler against, like, a random, like, fucking UFC auto-generated character in UFC 5. But, like, bro, you just straight up disrespected Paul Craig while giving a piss poor performance and acting like the most unlikable piece of shit in this pay-per-view that has Michael Chandler in it and John Jones. You made me dislike you more than John Jones in this moment. Fuck you. Fuck you. Holy shit. Yeah, this fight sucked. This fight fucking sucked, dude. Next up was Charles Oliveira, Du Bronx versus fucking Mike Chandler. They called him Iron Mike Chandler. And oh boy, did it feel like I was watching the Mike Tyson fight. Because it was just 4 rounds of Michael Chandler getting fucking used like, oh, dude, he was just getting beaten and used. It was like looking at a high school student's fleshlight. It was bad, dude. Michael Chandler was getting his shit rocked. He kind of came back in round 5 only because he started, like, throwing chromosomes to the wind and just charging directly at Charles Oliveira, swinging, like, hooks like it was UFC 4. Just fucking walking, swinging hooks. And, like, Charles Oliveira dodged, like, 4 of them, but then still got, like, clipped by a couple, and for a second it looked like Michael Chandler was gonna win. And speaking of which, he hit a lot of shots to the back of the head, it looked like, as well as, like, grabbing the fence multiple times. And I guess it doesn't matter because he lost 4 rounds anyways, but I would have liked to have seen some form of punishment given out. I don't know why the refs aren't, like, enforcing rules, but whatever, I guess. Michael Chandler is just cool, whole ass, like, grabbing the fence and acting like a shit weasel. Yeah, Michael Chandler came off unlikable as fuck this fight. But, like, I kind of felt bad for him. Because, like, he didn't necessarily need to take this fight. He could have just kept sitting on the sidelines with Conor McGregor wasting his time. And, he chose to bet on himself, release some fucking list earlier in the year where he was going to get his win back on Charles and then fight for a title or whatever against Islam. It was a whole lot of copium he was releasing earlier. Um, yeah, I was even seeing chatter online that Michael Chandler might beat Charles Oliveira. I didn't think Michael Chandler was going to beat Charles Oliveira because, like, Michael Chandler's got fucking negative fight IQ, and watching him this fight just reinforced my mindset that Michael Chandler has, like, no fight IQ. He's just going to, like, put he wasn't even really putting chromosomes in danger, but, like, on average he'll just charge at you, and, like, if you hit him, cool, but, like, it's gonna be him throwing his chromosomes at you, and it's gonna see whose chromosomes are stronger. Like, there's really no thought. His coach told him he needs to throw more combos, and then he asked what combos. I just, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. And, like, while he said that in round 5, the only combo, and I'm using combo generously, that he threw that even worked was just spamming hooks. Left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, just walking and hooking. Um, yeah, I'm glad to see Charles Oliveira winning. Like, I'm okay with Michael Chandler. I don't want to see him cut from the UFC or anything because he is fun to watch fight. Like, he got back up a couple of times while Charles Oliveira was, like, grappling him and started trying to slam him, but, like, that wasn't gonna fucking do anything as Charles Oliveira took, like, no damage in that fight. It's just, yeah, I guess he just knows how to make the crowd excited. If he knows he's gonna get fucking bodied. Oh yeah, he got fucking, like, ran down, like, in the cage by fucking Charles Oliveira. He started running away from Charles Oliveira, and it looked like he was gonna fucking cry a couple of times. I was ooh man, I was kind of taking a little too much joy out of this. I don't even like dislike or hate Michael Chandler. I just fucking hate listening to him talk. So, like, and then the Conor McGregor call out after this. Oh my god. Speaking of him talking, he still thinks he's getting the Conor fight, bro. Oh, he either wants Max Holloway or Conor McGregor. Max would chrome you, and Conor's probably. I still haven't even checked Twitter. I've seen that a lot. I've seen a lot of people say that they haven't even checked Twitter yet because they're, like, scared to see what Connor's gonna say. I'm scared too, but for Michael Chandler, I'm probably gonna do that when I'm done recording this. Yeah, Michael Chandler threw his chromosomes at Charles Oliveira, and Charles Oliveira said my chromosomes are stronger, but Michael Chandler somehow managed to hurt my chromosomes in the process, and I'm still recovering from giving them to Rockage. I'm gonna be ranting about Rockage for a while. That guy's a fucking disappointment. Next up, the fight. Babe, are you ready to hear me talk about John Jones versus Stipe Miocic? The greatest fighter of all time versus the greatest heavyweight of all time that's 42. My girlfriend my girlfriend is waiting for the trap. She's just looking at it. This is just basically the UFC's equivalent of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. John Jones beat up a 42-year-old man. He started just styling on Stipe in the middle of the fight. You remember when the spinning back kick happened?
No words, just tears.
Just tears. Okay. Oh, they brought. Oh, dude, this whole fucking fight. So it started out. Normally we watch these in, like, big groups, but, like, no one in my group was like hyped for this, but I got on because I knew I wanted to make a video talking about the weekend in combat sports, and like I understand that I need to watch it to talk about it when this is like the primary sport I care about. Boxing I don't really give that much of a fuck about. I'll watch for like specific fighters, but like to me combat sports is like kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA, where you can like take the most amount of harm. I'm not saying jiu-jitsu isn't, I'm not saying boxing isn't, but to me it's like different. Like boxing to me is just fencing with hands, whereas MMA is like the whole complete thing. And then kickboxing, it doesn't have clinching, but it's still like legs and kicks. You're working with a lot more. There's just no grabbing. And then with with Muay Thai, you have clinching. I would say combat sambo too, because combat sambo's got some grappling and striking. But like, yeah, I just oh this fight. This fight felt pointless. The commentary team was talking about how Stipe looks slow, which I don't know how anybody was surprised when this dude's 42. And then we all started circle jerk, or not we all, but then they all started circle jerking John Jones, telling him he's the greatest. He dodged the Tom Aspinall question by saying, "First, I would just like to say something about Jesus." Something about Jesus. He deflected a Tom Aspinall question by bringing up Jesus and saying that he's proud to be an American champion, an American Christian champion. And like it just audibly yeah, yeah, my my girlfriend started chuckling at it. She watched that with us. This was so fucking stupid. This whole fight was so fucking stupid. Like, and I'm not even trying to take away the finish from John Jones because like yeah, it's cool, bro. You got a spinning back kick. It's a highlight reel. I understand it. I get happy when that happens in a UFC video game too. I pointed out to my girlfriend the same way John Jones will point that out to all of us. But the thing is like I'm doing that in a video game and not to another old dude. Not saying Stipe is like Mike Tyson levels of geriatric, but like when you fall out your prime in 35 and he's beating up a 42-year-old, like, bro, I'm not giving you your cool points. Fuck off. Defend your belt against Aspinall or relinquish it and retire. I'm fucking tired of talking about you. I'm fucking tired of having to explain to people why Tom Aspinall's the number one contender when he has the fucking interim belt. I got visibly irritated when the fucking Bruce Buffer called him the undisputed champion, same with Joe Rogan, when it's very much disputed. It is as disputed as it can possibly be. You and the interim champion have the same number of defenses. Bro, do your job as the champion and defend your fucking belt. Holy shit. Like, if this is all just a ploy to get paid, cool. Like, hope you get the paycheck you're looking for. Like, that's whatever. But just stop fucking gaslighting people into thinking Tom doesn't deserve it. He is the interim champion. He is the interim champion. He has been half of the top 10. He's been so many people. He has been in the UFC. I don't know who came first, Alex Pereira or fucking Aspinall, but they came pretty close to each other. You saying you want to fight like a defined champion instead of a challenger prospect? First of all, they've been in the same amount of time. Maybe Tom Aspinall's been in longer. However, he's not a champion because you're holding the division up, bro. You're holding the division up. He can't become a champion when you have the belt and you're inactive. Do your job as the champion and fight the challenger. Stop beating up old men. Stop trying to go and fucking fight fucking Alex Pereira who can't wrestle. Stop trying to fight Jamal Hill who's a striker and can't wrestle and got his fucking arm broke against I don't even fucking remember who broke his arm. And fucking Derek Lewis. I love Derek Lewis. I absolutely love Derek Lewis. I don't know when this reaction will be up. I don't know. I don't know if my fucking video I have coming out is gonna be up yet, but I talk about Derek Lewis in there. I love Derek Lewis. Bro cannot go past round 3 and does not wrestle. You do not need to be fighting him. This is fucking pointless. Do your job and defend the belt. Stop being a pussy. How are you gonna sit across the fucking room from Daniel Cormier and fucking be like, you still there, pussy? When you're literally being a bigger pussy than DC's ever been. DC's not even a pussy. He would have fought you when knowing you were on steroids. He was willing to sign papers. You're doing everything you can to be a pussy. And it's weird because you're a champion. Just stop. You're actually a brainlet. Stipe, enjoy retirement. My hate's not really directed at you. I just don't think you should have been here, respectfully. You just took an unnecessary beating. But yeah, combat sports. I don't really have anything positive to add. If you want to pretend that this card's good, just watch the prelims, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Till next time. Peace, y'all.